Okay.
5th of March, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
They told you then maybe I'll do like this. I'll talk to her. Say that instead of bringing it back, every month I'll take off 1,000 shekels like his Ma'aser.
Again, this is Rabbi Shem Furst here in Yerushalayim, here of Zoom. This is our second shir, Mishnah Berura. We're learning Hilchos Purim. Okay, let's turn our attention to Tainus Esther for a moment. Okay, so that those halachas you'll find in the Mishnah Berura. In Siman Tuf Reish Pei Vav. Tuf Reish Pei Vav. You have it there.
Tuf Reish Pei. What's the Tuf Reish?
Okay, we have it. Tuf Reish Pei Vav. Din Tainus Esther.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We'll start with Sif Beis. Mary, you'd like to read?
Okay, so it says, let's see. Mit anin Yom Gimel Ba'adar V'imchol Purim Be'echad B'Shabbat Makdimin Lehit Anok B'Yom Chamishi. Okay, so what if the fast is on Yud Gimel, and if Purim begins B'Echad Shabbat on Sunday, okay, on Sunday of the week, we begin to fast early on Thursday, Yom Chamishi.
Right.
Okay. Nechaga v'tanitze no chova lachen yesh lahakel bo le'et hatzorech. So, and this fast is not obligatory, I guess.
Right.
Lachen yesh. So therefore, one can be lenient at a time of need. Kigon meubarot. Oh, so for example, if one is pregnant, o minikot, or one's nursing, o lecholesh she'ein bo sakana, and even if one is sick but is not in serious danger. Okay, ve'afilu rako eva kaveh, and even if he has a pain in his eye, or only a pain in his eye, she'im mitzta'arim harbe lo yidanu, but it distresses him much. He doesn't need to fast. Ve'yif re'u achar kach aval she'ar bri'im.
He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to pay. He doesn't have to fast, but he's gonna have to pay it back. He doesn't get off free. He has to fast another time, right? So.
Oh, okay.
He's not doesn't, so to speak, get away with it. He'll have to fast another time. But for that day, if it's difficult for him to fast on that day, so he can push it off to another day.
Oh, we can push it off to another day. Is that Aval Shar Barim, if he gets healthy, or
other healthy people? I mean, we were just talking about people who are in distress of some sort.
Oh, lo yifru mina tzibur. So they can't yifrishu, what separate
Shouldn't
themselves from the
right,
community.
right.
Imcha Purim b'yom rishon, and if the Purim is on Sunday, the first day of the week, meet on Nin Yom Chamishi Shalif Navi. Okay, so one fast on the Thursday before, which we already said. Bechal bo Brit Milah. But on it, we can have a Brit Milah. Mutar is permitted. Oh, Mutar le'echol al hamilah. Oh, so the parents of the one having the bris can eat.
Right.
Okay, umachar biyom shishi eat anu haochlim, and if the next day is biyom shishi, Friday, eat anu haochlim. I'm not sure what the ones fasting can eat.
They who ate by coming to the Sudas Prispila, they ate. So they on Yom Shishi, those who ate should fast the next day.
Oh, okay, on Friday. Oh, okay. That's
Let's see.
interesting.
Right.
That's very interesting.
Yeah,
Okay, so let's see.
Yeah.
No. The way the law works.
Mhm. Right.
Uh,
Okay. Very good. Okay. Let's see the Mishna Berura in Sifkat and Beis. Mis'anim b'Yud Gimel Adar. A
okay.
fast is a fast on the 13th of Adar, which is tomorrow. Starts tomorrow morning, doesn't start tonight.
Okay, so tomorrow morning, that's why they announced the shul starts earlier tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, so let's do the Mishnah Berura.
Yep.
Ki b'mei Mordechai ve'Esther nikalu b'yom Yud Gimel Badar l'hilachem la'amod al nafsham. Okay, so in the days of Mordechai and Esther, on Yud Gimel of Adar, they assembled those l'hilachem to fight and stand up for themselves. V'hayu tzrichim levakesh rachamim v'tachanunim she'ezram Hashem lehinakem me'oivechem. And they needed to request mercy and supplication, I guess, that the Hashem should help lehinakem to fight their enemies.
Right. That's right.
Oh, okay. Umatzinu kishahayu bo milchama hayu midanin, and we find that in the day of war, they were fasting.
Right. When we fight wars, we fast on the days of war because we know going out to war is a makom sakana, and we need rachmim from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right? So therefore we call a day of it's a day of fasting and tshuva prayer, and that's our preparation to go out to war.
Oh, okay.
I told you many times the Maisa with the Normandy invasion, D-Day. That I heard this saw this on a video. There was a Jewish soldier, Jewish American soldier, telling about it. Right? He lived to make the landing on Normandy Beach and Omaha Beach, where I think there were 2,000 dead within 4 or 5 hours of the first landings.
Wow.
And we're saying the troop transport ships. So the Navy had the idea that they wanted to give the soldiers, the infantry soldiers, a good breakfast before they would hit the beach. So they made all kinds, you can imagine all kinds of stuff, everything you can imagine. He was saying meats and eggs and steaks and all kinds of donuts and coffee and everything like this. They filled themselves, they all stuffed themselves up to the gills. And what happened was when they got off the main transport trips into the landing crafts, so the waters were choppy that morning. So as soon as they got into the landing crafts, so there was immediate seasickness that took place. So they started throwing up all the food and becoming sick and fatigued and dizzy, and made it terrible for them. They couldn't even function. They were completely functionless. He said the only thing he ate that morning was a candy bar, and Baruch Hashem, he lived for it. But a lot of them didn't make it. They couldn't even get themselves out of the landing crafts, and if they could, they had to meet the German bullets. They were mowing down.
Right.
And so that's the difference one of the differences between us and them. And they think they have to have a good breakfast and stuff to the gills with all kinds of foods to go out to war. But no, we understand it's not the food you have in your stomach that's going to help you win the war. It's your prayers to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's what's going to help us win the war.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exactly what the whole Tainus Esther was all about. That we fasted on those days, and we learned it out from the war of Amalek that we made a mention of yesterday in Shul.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. Let's continue.
Okay, Shechein Amru Rabbeinu Zecher Livracha. That's our sages said, blessed memory. Shemoshe Rabbeinu Alav Hashalom Biyom Shenilcham Imam Amalek Hayu.
I didn't know you'd come. We'll try and get you.
Oh, okay. So that Moshe Rabbeinu, on the day of the war with Amalek, as you just said, was fasting. He done that. Okay. V'im came b'vadai gam b'mei Mordechai hayu mitanim b'yoto yom, and therefore certainly also the days of Mordechai, they fasted on the same day. V'lachein nahagu kol Yisrael lidanot b'yom b'yud gimel badar. And it's therefore become a tradition for all of Israel to fast on the 13th of Adar. Let's see, V'nikra Ta'anit Esther, and it's called the Fast of Esther. K'dei lizkor shehashem yiparach roeh v'shomea kol ish be'et tzarato. K'dei. In order that Hashem remember, blessed memory, blessed be He, remembers that He saw and heard each person at a time of distress, ka'asher idaneh, when he fasted, yashuv el Hashem b'chol levavo. And Hashem returned to each of their hearts. Moshe asa v'yamim hahem, just as he did in those days. Yeah.
Okay, there you are. That's very good. Okay, that's what I wanted to do in terms of Tainus Esther. So now let's jump back over to where we had left off. We were learning about the Moist Purim, Tough Race Taf Reish Sadi Dalid.
Okay. Top rate
Let's
side.
see. Yes, Sif Gimel. Taf Reish Sadi Dalid Sif Gimel.
Okay, hold on. Top rate side. Top rate side dollar and okay, sif gimel. Okay, 1 second. Okay, good. So let's see. Top rate side dollar and it's gimel. Okay. Says en midak dekim b'maot Purim ella komi sheposhet yado litol notnim lo. So one is not
It's not analytical.
analytical in b'maot in maot is money.
Right, the most of Purim, right? The money that you give out for Purim.
Oh, okay. So it's saying that one is not really calculating like how much he's going to give out.
Right. I mean, you shouldn't be. I mean, it's the way usually when you have a choice about giving tzedakah, right? You have a reshus to investigate before you give it. You don't have to just give out your money without investigating the person who's asking for money, unless he's asking for food. Person asks for food, you give him food right away, right? Right? Because if a person asking for food, it could be that he's hungry, he needs food or drink, and so you give him food and drink right away. You don't have to ask and be concerned that maybe he's not a worthy cause. Because they're asking for money, right? So you have permission if you want. You can ask him for a letter. Ask him. Investigate. You can investigate. But in Purim, we don't investigate.
Okay, so you just basically you just give them. He told notnim lo. Okay, ubimakom shenahaguli tain af laakum notnim. And there are places that there's a tradition to give to non-Jews.
Right. We're Makom Shenog, in the place where they're accustomed to give to the goyim, you also give to the goyim, so you give also. We'll see in the Mishna Berura. I know the goyim, they're very shrewd when it comes to these things. They get the idea that the special day that the Jews give out tzedakah money, so they're standing there in line also.
Wow.
So if it was developed in that areas in those places that you give also, so you give also. You don't have to give them a lot. You can give them a quarter, and they'll be happy with a quarter.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
yeah, let's see the Mishna Berura.
There's also not to, I guess, build up animosity, maybe.
Yeah, that's the primary reason, right? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's the primary reason. Correct.
Okay, so let's go to Gimel. Let me just find it. I see bet is very clear. Where's Gimel here? I see that. Oh, here it is. Okay. It's like 1.5 lines. I seeing bet, I'm seeing Dalit, I miss Gimel. Okay, uvimakom nahagu, in a place where we traditionally give, okay. Aval be'ir shelo urgalu adayin bekach. Okay, but in the city, we don't. Let's see. Hergalu is. We still don't regularly do this.
Yeah, it's routine, right? Hergel's routine, right?
Okay, but shalom, we don't regularly.
So in a place where it's not routine to give the money to goyim, right?
Okay. Zenotain, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Zenotain, Zenotain, Prutal Akum, Gozel Aniyim. Okay, so we give just the pruta to the non-Jews.
If Zed, the one who would give a pruta, even a penny to the goyim, it's gazolim. He's stealing from the Jewish poor.
Oh wow! Oh, hold on, let me write that down. So even if
Right. So if the custom is that they give to the goyim, so then you give to the goyim, right? But if it's a place that you don't give to the goyim, right? So then, even if you give a small amount to a non-Jew, that's stealing from the Jewish poor. The money is supposed to be given to the Jewish poor, and you're giving it to the non-Jew, so you're stealing from the Jewish poor.
Wow, yeah, that I don't think I ever heard before. Interesting insight. Okay. Umareh be'atzmo ke'ilu mekayem bahem matanot lev yonim. It appears himself as if he's fulfilling matanot lev yonim, giving gifts to the poor.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure what this additional phrase is all about. I'm not sure about that.
Okay. Yeah, it really seems to be a big thing, though, to give money on Purim to the poor people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The children come. The children know this. The children come around and they ask the Purim geld, right? So
Yeah, on Purim, they do that all the time.
So
I'm walking to shul, and they're all there, dozens of them.
Not just on Purim, they're all over the place.
Yeah. Okay. Look, so you have them in your neighborhood too.
Yeah, so you can make the kids happy. Give them a half a shekel, make them happy.
Make sure you leave your house with lots of shekels in your pocket.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a good idea. I better start collecting them now. Huh?
yeah. You can get change now, and you'll be prepared.
Oh, I see I have some on my desk here. That's good. Okay, very good. Okay, so Yud Aleph is af la'akum notnim, and even to the non-Jew one gives. Mipnei, that's what I just said. Mipnei darchei shalom.
That's right.
Okay.
Darky show, right? Since it's a place
Okay.
where they're accustomed to get, so you don't want to cause any hard feelings. So if they're expecting it, so you can give them.
Okay.
That's. And then it just said, if there's if there's a chance they'll, so I remember when I was living in New York City, so you're on the subways, and they come around with the tin cans down the aisles, right?
Right.
So you take a dime out and you give them a dime, just like even if not everybody's giving them a dime, right? Even if not everybody's giving a dime, some people not giving. But since we're Jews, like people are looking to see, is the Jew going to give them or not, right?
Right.
So you give it because since they're looking and they're waiting to see if you're going to give or not. So because of it doesn't have to be a place. Darky Shalom is dependent upon the situation, right? That if you know that it's going to make a Kiddush Hashem if you give a dime, so it's worth a dime to make the Kiddush Hashem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think you have to be careful, Rabbi, that they don't see it as an insult. I've had it happen to me where somebody would come up to me in the mall And I'll give him a shekel, and he'll be very insulted.
You don't have to be worried about that. That if they're insulted about the amount of money you give them, that's a proof that they're not really deserving of the money.
Right, but they might it might result in them attacking you.
Well, if it's bribery, then that's another story.
Yeah, Lou, that one's happened to me, not with a non-Jew, but people in Purim in my old neighborhood would go around collecting, and I'd be outside sometimes. So I'd give someone $1. And like you said, he didn't seem very happy with it. So I said, well, then give it back to me. He said, no, I'll take it. And then he left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it happen with a Jewish guy in Quran. I was shopping
Oh, really?
in Quran,
Right.
and I gave him a shekel, and he was very insulted.
No, you don't. That's so. You don't have to be insulted. It you can if you can ask him.
I said, that's what I give. That's what I give to everybody. But with a non-Jew, I'd be a little nervous. You guys are frozen.
Yeah, you don't have to be concerned. Again, if you're afraid that they might become violent or something like that, so so it's like bribery, like I said. So that's another story.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I guess we'll have to stop here. I'll say, listen, we'll try. Hopefully, we can work it out tomorrow technically, and we'll hopefully continue tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem.
Okay, well, I wrote down a note that Lou is hosting tomorrow. So
Mhm.
Amy says I'm going to send that email out right now.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
okay, great.
We'll have the link. Very good. All right, everyone,
Great.
have a good day, and Mr. Shem, hope to see you all tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah,
Very good. Have a good day.
very good. See you later.